So the SPAC boom that we've been seeing over the past year or so is beginning to cool off a bit. The SEC has started stepping in, and even Congress has criticised SPACs, as it's usually the individual investors that are left paying the cost if they fail, not the big guys. However, Bill Ackman may have come up with a clever little solution, the SPAC 2.0, otherwise known as the SPARC. So SPARC stands for Special Purpose Acquisition Rights Company, and for all intents and purposes, it basically has the same objective as a SPAC, which is to merge with a private company and take it public. Now, if you don't know what a SPAC is, we actually released a video explaining it a little while ago, so you can click up here and watch that if you want to familiarize yourself with it. But basically, the main difference between a SPARC and a SPAC is that you have the option with the SPARC to purchase the shares, but not the obligation, which means that the money for a SPARC is not paid up front. Instead, someone like Bill Ackman can approach a company which he intends to merge with, and although he doesn't have the money stashed away ready in an account like with a SPAC, he can say that he theoretically has it based on the rights that have been issued. So once a company has been found for Bill's SPARC to merge with, he'll tell his investors what the deal is, and then the investors can choose whether they want to fund it or not. Now, at the moment, Bill is creating the first one, so exactly how they'll work in the future is still yet to be seen, but it's likely that we'll start seeing SPARCs continually spun off from each other. So something like each investor gets a right for the next deal as part of each deal already in progress, like what Bill is doing. So since Bill already has a SPAC, he's offering those original investors SPARs, which are the rights to the SPARC. So for Bill, it means that he can continue to look for the next deal with potential funding already in place, and it's more friendly to investors as their cash isn't tied up in a trust fund. It also alleviates the problem, well, one of the major problems with the SPAC, which is the 2-year time limit for the merger. So since there's no time limit on a SPARC, the management team will have less incentive to jump headfirst into a bad deal just to save their own skin, which is something we discussed in the previous video. And that's especially important for them if they want to create more in the future as well. So for Bill's original SPAC investors, it kind of makes the deal a bit more complex, but we're interested to see how these SPARCs will end up evolving in future and whether they'll catch on in the same way that SPACs have. So anyway, that was just a very short explainer to explain the situation, since you might be seeing the term SPARC appearing in the financial news, and now you won't just think that it's a typo of SPAC. So hit the thumbs up button if you want more of these short explainers, and I'll see you soon.